Hey guys, welcome to today's video and welcome on into my beauty stash. This is installment number 2, video number 2, featuring the new Oden's Yours Divine collection. Today I'm going to be creating 3 looks with the Jewels and Gem palette. This palette, along with the entire collection, look at how beautiful this 15 pan color story is, but this palette along with the Stone and Rock palette dropped today, and they each retail for $35.90. You're getting a nice mixture of some mattes, some duochromes, shimmers, metallics, just everything you need to create some beautiful looks. I like that these are featuring a little bit more neutral tones. Oden's is known for always giving us beautiful, colorful makeup, but I know a lot of you out there don't wear colorful makeup on the daily, and that is totally okay. I think one of these palettes, if not both, are going to fit in so well into your collections. Definitely let me know what your thoughts have been after seeing, this collection drop today. Which palette do you think so far is your favorite? Did you pick any of them up? Definitely leave me a comment down below. I'll be creating 3 looks with this one. I also want to mention that this collection for the first time ever features jewelry, and I'm wearing some of the jewelry that Oden's was very kind enough to send me in PR. This is my very first time receiving Oden's PR. I could not be more excited, but here is some of the beautiful jewelry that you can buy separately in the Yours Divine collection. You can buy everything as a bundle if it hasn't sold out yet for about $276, or you can purchase everything individually if you would like. I do not have a code or an affiliate link with Oden's but I will definitely find a couple and have them in the description box. That way you can save a little bit of money in case you are considering picking anything up. I have you covered, and if it is your first time here, let me say hello and welcome to all of you. Thank you so much for being here. Do me a favor before you go, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell next to it. That way you can be notified every time I do drop a new video. And if you are a lover of Oden's indie makeup, you just want to see what all this new eyeshadow, this entire new collection is all about, be sure to give this video a thumbs up before you go. Let's get started with look number 1. Now, I've already primed my eyelids with the Sugar Drizzle eyeshadow primer. This has been my go-to primer of the moment, and I do have a code with Sugar Drizzle. It is Steff10, and that will give you 10% off of your order. It is an affiliate code, so if you do end up shopping through it, I thank you so much for supporting Sugar Drizzle and my channel. Now, we are going to be creating 3 looks with the Jewels and Gem palette. I will have my Oden's playlist linked in a pinned comment. That way you can check out the Stone and Rock palette and hear my thoughts on this one. I'm also going to give you guys some comparisons of this palette to other Oden's palettes that I have in my stash that I feel have a similar vibe. Alright guys, so I think what I'm going to start with first, I'm actually going to be working with these 2 blue matte shades. And so I'll start with this one. This one is called Transition, and then Rapture is the darker blue. Now I'm going to take that shade Transition on a Singe Beauty EO2. I'm going to work that in the crease. Guys, if you hear anything in the background other than the birds chirping, it is, if you hear music or like anything like that, they are having a festival a couple blocks down the street from where I live. They have it every year, and I think it just started like an hour ago. I have been so busy today with home repairs, yard work, getting estimates and stuff. Since I did tell you guys that my home sustained some damage from a recent storm that we had. So like I've been unable to film. That's why you're watching this video go up a little bit later than I had anticipated. It's just I didn't have a moment's peace. There was no peace and quiet in the house. I was not able to film earlier. So I hope those of you that ordered or wanted to order were able to order and get everything that you want. Now with the same brush, I'm just going to clean it off a little bit. I'm going to go into Rapture, and I'm going to place that a little bit lower, focus it more so on the outer corner. Okay, I think those two shades look really pretty with one another. Now for the shimmer shadow, we're gonna go in with this one right here. This one's called Rhapsody. I'm gonna lay down a little bit of NYX Glitter Primer first, and I'm using my Morphe M124. Now let's try this. This is a textured shimmer. It has beautiful shifts in it. That is so pretty. That is gorgeous. Loving it. A little bit of silver, green, a little bit of blue in there. Now for the lower lash line, I'm going to go in with this shade here. This one is called Sozzle. I'm taking that on an It's Belle E4. Now for the inner corner, I'm going to go in with the shade right here. This one is called Swoon, and I'm going to take that on a damp It's Belle E3. Ooh, good call, because it ties in perfectly with this lower lash line. Okay guys, I'm gonna take care of the finishing touches off camera, and I will be right back to show you the completed look number 1. Alright guys, so here's the completed look number 1. I'm trying to use a lot of the same makeup products like mascara and lashes that I did in the first video. Also in this video, my base makeup is the same with the exception of my lipstick, and I'm going to tell you what lipstick I'm wearing because I'll probably forget. It's another one of these new ones from e.l.f. The shade I have on in today's video is called Standing Ovation, and I think the shade I had on in that other video was Dive. It's in the description box. But mascara I'll be using is e.l.f. Lash and Roll Mascara, and the lashes I have on are from Shop Miss A in the style Alexis. For the lower waterline, I went in with one of the new shades in the NYX Epic Wear liners. It is a limited edition shade though, and this one is the shade Chipotle Chilla. I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, I love the way the look turned out. I love the color combination that we were able to get. I'm loving this inner corner. I think it just was the icing on the cake. Let's move over to the left eye and we'll start working on look number 2. For look number 2, I think I want to focus on the shade and the shade. We'll do something with that, and then maybe we can do this purple on the lid. We'll see, but I'm going to start off with this shade first. This one is called Ecstasy. I'm taking Ecstasy on a Singe Beauty E03. I like this shade. A nice, soft, kind of like a, what do we call this shade? Not lavender, not really lilac, like a purplish, grayish type of shade. I like it. Now on a Singe Beauty E05, I'm going in with that next shade. This one is called Heaven. These two shades are blending very well with one another. I'm liking it. Now I'm going to go in with some of the NYX Glitter Primer on my Morphe M124. We'll work with that beautiful purple shimmer. So this purple shimmer is called Exhilaration. It's another textured shimmer. It has some of those reflex of like a little bit of gold in there, maybe even a little bit of pink, peach. It is so, so pretty. Not really getting much fallout. I feel like I might have gotten more fallout from the first palette than I did with this one. But then sometimes I didn't always lay down NYX Glitter Primer with that, with some of those looks, so I like it. I think it looks really pretty. For the lower lash line, I'm going to go in with this shade next. This one is Elation. And I'm taking that shade on a BK210. Leave the inner corner free for another shimmer. Now with that same brush, I am going to spray it though. I'm going to go in with this beautiful shimmer called Elatedness. And I just spray the brush with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus. Pick the product up and then spray. Pretty. I kind of wish this had a matte white. Well, I can see why they didn't put that because they put that in the other palette, but I would have added that to my brow bone. I'm loving it. Okay guys, I will be right back to show you all the completed look number 2. All right guys, here's the completed look number 2. I'm moving my head so you can see the different shifts in that purple shade. It is gorgeous. So same mascara, same lashes. For the lower waterline, I hadn't reached for this one in a long time. I think this is for the lips, but I'm using it in the lower waterline. It's from Revlon, and it's their Color Stay Matte Light Crayon in the shade On Cloud Wine. I haven't used this one in a long time, but it was next to where I had these new ones from NYX. So the new ones from NYX, you can find them online at Ulta, but I don't know how long they're going to be around just because it does say limited edition. They like released the same eyeliner shades and like lip liner shades, and I've used lip liners, which I'm obviously doing over here on the left eye in the waterline, and they always perform great. So don't be afraid to do that. I do it all the time with my LA Girl Neon Shockwave eyeliners and lip liners as well. So I love the way these two looks turned out. I'm gonna go take some quick pictures. I'll be right back. I'll probably remove this look, and then we'll start creating the third and final look with the Jewels and Gem palette from Oden's Eye. So for the third and final look, what do I want to do? I feel like I need to definitely use this shade. So there's two matte shades I haven't used, this one and this one. So I'll definitely try and use them in this look. This one kind of looks like it's maybe, actually no, it doesn't. I would say, is this a sequin? But no, it's just, I think some of the shimmer from one of the other shades got a little bit mixed into that one. But I'll start with this one first in the crease. This one is called Seventh Heaven. And then we're gonna go into Intoxication, which is the shade right here. So I'm gonna take Seventh Heaven. I'm picking that up on a Singe EO2. And I'm gonna focus that right here. We're gonna do a little bit of a halo eye effect. And this is gonna be for the inner corner. Love that. Kind of like a grungy green. Now on the What's Up Beauty R108, I'm taking Intoxication. I'm going to focus that out here. Kind of maybe wing it up a little bit. Okay, that's looking interesting. I think once I put the shimmer, it'll all come together. Let me touch up the green a little bit. I'm just going to lay down some of the NYX Glitter Primer. Take it all the way up to the top, right here. Right, very good. I want to use this shade right here. This one's called High. Same brush. That is a beautiful shade. All right, now I have a little bit of cleaning up to do, so I'm just gonna pick up some of that green shade with the Singe brush. Just use it to blend. And I'm gonna go back in with that deeper shade and the What's Up Beauty brush. I think I'm definitely gonna have to do some winged liner. What do you guys think? Very interesting. I think I'm gonna take that same shade. I'm probably just use the same brush, the darker shade. I'm gonna bring it down. Yeah, perfect. We'll do something different for the inner corner. There might just be one shade that I don't get to use in this palette, and it's probably gonna be this shade right here. I think I've used, actually no, I haven't used this shade either. Those are the only two shades. No, I think I'll end up using this shade, and this will be the only one I don't get to use. Now I'm taking that shade called Gorgeousness on a damp It's Spell E3. Alright guys, so I will take care of the finishing touches off camera and I'll be right back to show you this completed look number 3. So here is the completed look number 3. Told you guys I was going to add a wing with my Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Skinny Liquid Liner, same lash, same mascara. For the lower waterline, I went in with an Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil. This one is in the shade Psychedelic Sister. I love the way this look turned out. It's a different take on a halo eye. Green and then purple. I love it. There was only one shade, guys. One shade out of 15 that I didn't get to use. Let me go ahead and wrap up today's video. I'll share with you guys my final thoughts on the Jewels and Gem palette, and I will also give you guys some comparisons of things from Oden's Eye you might already have in your stash. So the Jewels and Gem palette from Oden's Eye, this is going to give you some more blue tones, a little bit of purple leaning tones, kind of like mauve-y shades a little bit. You do have this beautiful dark brown in there, this really deep purple. I thought that the palette performed just as well as the Stone, is it Stone or Stones? Stone and Rock palette. I had a really good experience with that palette, and I had an equally good experience with this particular palette. This was the only shade, no, which was the only shade? Yeah, this was the only shade I didn't get to use, but I used everything else. Just lay down some glitter primer. I think that's going to be best because all of the shimmer shadows in this particular palette are all textured shimmers. Some are more textured than others. So a glitter primer or some type of eyeshadow primer with a very tacky base is going to be perfect for a palette like this. I love the color story of this one. I think if you want something maybe a little bit more cool tone, then this is going to definitely be a palette that you're going to want to add to your stash. You do get a mirror, and of course this is the outward packaging on it. This palette, as well as the Stone and Rock, they retail for $35.90 each. I do not have a code with Oden's Eye. I'm not affiliated with them, but I was generously gifted this in PR along with all of the jewelry that was released in this collection. So thank you so much to the Oden's Eye team for thinking of me and sending me this gorgeous package. I think that either one, guys, either one of these palettes is going to fit in perfectly into your makeup stash. If you want more green, then you're going to go for this one. This is the Stone and Rock. And if you want something a little bit more blue, a little bit more cool tone, then you're going to go for the Jewels and Gem palette. You can buy them together. You can buy the entire collection for $276 and like 11 cents or something like that. But I will have the Oden's Eye website linked in the description box in case you want to check them both out. I do believe they are both in stock at the time you are watching this video. Now, I did say I was going to give you guys some comparisons of the Jewels and Gem palette to some other Oden's Eye palettes you might already have in your stash. Some of these palettes have since sold out. Some of them were limited edition. I wanted to start first with one of my favorites. This is Annette from Annette's Makeup Corner, and this is the Giant Wolves palette. This was one of the first collaborations that Oden's Eye did, and this is her beautiful color story. I love this one. I think it is so, so beautiful. As you can see, there are a few similarities from the Giant Wolves to the Jewels and Gem palette. Some of those blues, a little bit of the pink, the gold in there. So I think if you have this one, you might not feel the need to run out and get this other one. Maybe you'll want to get the Stone and Rock palette instead. I also pulled out this palette, which could be in stock. I know the Annette's palette, the Giant Wolves, is sold out, and that was limited edition. It's not coming back. This one you might be able to find maybe even on sale, and this is the Norns palette, and this is what the color story looks like. Guys, this palette and this palette, I feel like I can see a difference in formula. I feel like the new formula, this one over here, is better. It's a step above than what's in this palette, which I didn't think this palette was bad in any way, shape, or form, but I feel like I can see and feel a difference in the formula, and I'm liking this new stuff from Oden's Eye. I have seen the brand grow so much in the last 4 years. Been buying Oden's Eye for almost 4 years now, and I can really see the improvement, and I think there is a difference in quality between the two. Again, not that this one is bad. This is still really good quality, but I feel like this is just getting better and better. So let me know what you guys think, but I think you can see some of the similarities from the Norns to the Jewels and Gem palette. A couple more palettes that I wanted to share with you guys. So in my last video featuring the Stone and Rock palette, I did compare both the Merry Christmas and Christmas Eve palette to that particular palette, but I think the Christmas Eve palette, which I know a lot of you were really upset that you weren't able to get because this was limited edition and I think they only restocked it once. I'm hoping maybe they'll bring them back for this holiday season, who knows, but if you picked this palette up, I think there's a lot of similarities. I don't know that you would need this one. I feel like this is a nice cool tone and neutral palette, but I feel the same way about this one. So I'm gonna let you guys decide if you think you need both of them. I would. Like, if I wasn't sent this in PR, I had all intentions of ordering this collection myself, but I think they are both beautiful palettes. This palette, this Christmas Eve palette, is just such a stunner. Personally, for me, between the two, I would have to give it to the Christmas Eve palette. Just going by color story, I like this one better than I do this one, but formula-wise, they are both spot on. I also wanted to pull out two of their more recent collaborations. This one I did compare. This is the Flora Story palette. This one I did compare to the Stone and Rock palette, but this is their collaboration with Amanda from Makeup Just for Fun, and here is both of these next to each other, or one on top of the other. You can see like those berry tones, those pink shades. You have a little bit in here as you do in Flora Story. Keep in mind you are getting fewer shades in this one at the top. And I think this could be on pre-order, Flora Story. I know it's not totally gone, but I know this one was the first one of the three to sell out. But here you go. If you missed out on this one, then the new Jewels and Gem palette might be something you'd want to consider. And last but certainly not least, also from this same collaboration series, is the Sea Talk palette, and this is from Lauren May Beauty. This is her beautiful collaboration with Oden's Eye, and here are these palettes next to each other. I think the only similarities would be the blues in this one that are in this one next to the Jewels and Gem palette, but this is a more shimmer heavy palette up here at the top versus this new one from Oden's Eye. But just wanted to show you guys these other palettes in case you're not going to be able to pick up this new Yord's Divine collection. I wanted you guys to see what you might already have in your stash, at least from the Oden's Eye brand, that you could kind of mimic and dupe out some of the looks I created with what you already have at home. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Which palette is going to be in your future? Or did you pick them all up? What did you think of these three looks? Which one was your favorite? Team 1, 2, 3, none, all? Leave it in the comments down below. And once again, thank you so much, Oden's Eye, for sending this amazing collection my way. Don't forget, there is jewelry available in this collection. I will have the Oden's Eye website linked in the description box in case you are ready to add the Yord's Divine collection to your stash. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night wherever it is y'all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink your water. Cheers. And I'm going to see you all very soon. Bye.